god haters reject. This Dracula caught with his fangs in the neck. This slack jaw and the razor's edge. This phantom prophet shaving in bed. This flash maw aimlessly led. These catcalls and racist epithets. This black water and stale bread. This black chopper spray lead. The bastard father, baby regret. Standoffish, failing to connect. This flat top atop my ancient head, whose mad thoughts invade your own head. This rap god, prayers protect. Ancient as Amen, Hotep. Great as the heavens, open and wet. Bent over the west, yellow, orange and red. Naughty as philosophy's Leninists, gaudy as the body electric. This god we need to credit. This anarchist chemist, his terror plot. Black Marxist feminist daring to talk. Flapping these black wings. Trees dancing. Free raps in the wind. These shattered plinths, gravid within with fascinating stems. These languages in the wind, dangling from pins as the vinyl play. These signifying chains. Thoughts of a dry brain drops from his eyes in the rain. As this fire sprayed by the dragon. This giant space alien clothed in non sequiturs, disclosing God's message to the world, coldly watching the literature burn. These boats we gnaw as the ship worms, afloat atop the Pacific Ocean, as slow thoughts adrift over them, disclosing his plot. The poet within, writing the letters he sent home, like setting a precious stone, as I inject the methadone. It's natural to fantasize about Atlantis as cancer metastasizes in the animals we test. It's natural to dramatize their dance of death, becoming matter's blind ecstasy, something the rapper might envy. Lines thoughtlessly erased, united with rocks in space. As letters merge with the blank page, we stay encaged in definition, till death blurs as gray shades these gay days, and death's wisdom grimly reaping this television, dimly gleaming for the benefit of Drake and his crew. Red shifting away from you, making it new. I leapt quick as the kangaroo, better than scissors, paper and glue. These men stripped, naked as the true, blank as the night's canopy under smog. Planted in tragedy, these underdogs, wondrous odd. Their stutter and talk as crumbling rocks, these syllables. Drunk as God and his miracles. Drunk as God and as tearful. Drunk as the God we fear as an ocean voyage. Drunk as the bottle of beer post-coitus. Drunk as the novelist and his hero Stephen Daedalus, upon ancient pages collecting dust. The Black Nerd. smashing atoms and the phantoms of words. Ask these black nerds to bend over backwards to retrieve the frisbee dog. This haphazard rap's a standard as the Disney songs. This meaning in a mini font, immortal as the CD-ROM, rainbowing a radio, swinging as the ape. This ancient thinking, processing a verse as the computer. This data, thoughtless as the birds of Vancouver that play and love. Euphoric as God's anthology of true horrors and wrongs against thought and feeling. You robots can't box me in, exploding through the technology. This howl of prayer, this enshrouded stranger, her future vantage, alas, this danger advances, as ancient as the myth. This spacious cavernous pit, our descent gift, the gift, telephones, computers, televisions, the solution to everything, these skateboards and machine guns, a rainforest of green tongues paved over by these citizens of paradise, ancient as the flow of the river, this human desire, paper afloat on the river, this truth of the liar, this folio stupid as fire consuming these media extensions of the brain's language, bending as the play as the paint on the canvas, these grays and blacks, this gloom and mourning, this door swinging open, this aesthetic of the census, these chords ringing frozen on the record of his senseless metal links, this poetry, this suit of armor. Litho-textual, simple as a stone. The Technopolis. Litho-textual, simple as a stone. The Technopolis. Litho-textual, simple as a stone. The Technopolis. Yeah. This Rabelaisian black Canadian urinating in an alleyway, masquerading as men acting crazy and rereading Mrs. Dalloway, an Ernest Hemingway alcoholic sermon elevating the ironic, the deep bourbon of the night, this elegance, really burning the white supremacists, their humor, mannerisms, and fashion, the lunar pallor of the Klansmen, running hither, another Hitler, verbalizing his Mein Kampf apology. Avert your eyes as I scalp this Nazi. Divine as the comedy, this Dante, this rhyme and philosophy for Yahweh. Pride and prejudice, white and red the dust, black and yellow his brown skin, funereal his attire and the car cerebral. These fire bars, Greek and old as the science and art, a peaceful soul flying apart, uncertain of the self and senses, uncertain of telephoto lenses and boom microphones, and cellular phone messages, these groovy xylophones as Stokely edits. His beautiful rhyming poem, this music is my home redecorated. Flow glowing, beauteous as the rose, holding this truth to your nose. These assertions for free persons and queens bored of work and trees deformed in this urban rainforest within this source forming his report on the war growing worse. This corpse shooting holes. These orbs in my purse. Marbles lost, artfully dodged, this pocket picked. Another heaven death of fentanyl. Another OD and lost life. Or discards worth sighing under him, reading crime and punishment. Proud of his greatness, sauntering through the crowd, faithless, eye-watered as the cloud, aimless, pale, and a split to blunt the painless. As nothing changes, a formal apology for smallpox blankets. These moral thoughts long and spacious, removing all the clothes he has on, moving as the photon free, turning the robot on, proving as no soul can be, soullessly cold as the sea. These capitalistic hypnotists vocally free, and old as the tree. These raps random as liquidus, in the lava lab systemless. These anarchistic in style and motivation. This radical heart of his and its desires, both old and ancient. Both old and ancient. Phosphorescent verbiage shot the head turbulence exploding from an afro. Unwrappable, loving capital, these monsters flashing as the snow upon these conifers. Black as the ocean swallowing all the verse. Dark as the dirt. This real human life as Mars and the Earth. One's real, the other a lie. Conspicuous as the clock tower, mushrooms big as God's power over the works, scrubbing with vigor in the hot shower. His grubby fingers use not crap of his dirt. This earth, flirting with its curse. This hurt, sturdy as the murmuring heart, pumping bloody words out of an urban bard, writing in a hat with candles as Goya. His entirely rational black paranoia used against him by that corporate media, urging him to be some kind of a rap mentalist, prioritizing rap over sex, prioritizing gold over sex, private eyes spying on the poet at his shiny diamond Rolex, as flying high over the west, deconstructing its infrastructure, he can crush things with his simplest utterance, blowing through the hackney tax, these boulders of balderdash rolling in his Cadillac, sold as the sap from the tap, the syrup, fast as the cat, this weird funk, his balancing act, this spear in the sun, this tightrope, the rapper traverses, this light glowing, these shadows and murmurs, this striped pool, these barbarous barbers, this right to know, the heart of darkness, big, their gravity, these gold chains, held back by their grief, they go crazed, those cocaine white O-phase, those most praised and overrated lives as dewdrops, striving through the laws of Plato, as if I knew every quantum of the rainbow overhead, he said, as the pain flowed red as regrets. How can words invisible dance overt as the window images of the happy rapper, a synthesis of Kathy Acker and Cervantes, this pansexual prophet snacking on edibles? Grand Lunatic, these adult toys. Grand Lunatic, exult and rejoice. Grand Lunatic, the cult you join. Grand Lunatic, covered in blood as Wayne Coy. Rain again and again. Rain again. Rain cut out your tongue and spoke nevermore. I cut out my tongue and grew 7 more. You studied the Tolkien, that elf lore. I studied the cold green element and war. I'm pitch black with the moon in my corner. A simple rapper with the humor of Cole Porter, and students getting colder and warmer. Reviewing this red and gold aura of blur. This paranormal clues and soul's origin in words. Scary, horrible. This revenge of the birds. Rain, rain, and rain, and rain. Rain again on the rain, in the rain, rain, Dig these apostles, believing in God still, bleeding from the nostrils. This meaningless nonsense, throwing chairs in the office. These polar bears and Arctic foxes, emblems of a time the climate was cool, throwing all kinds of rhymes at the fool. This idiot kicked in the dick, liquidly quick hit with the whip. Wicked his wit, Christmas gifts, wit with a pick. Ridiculous his spitting in lyrical spurts, assiduous in his delivering this mellifluous curse, anti-Canadian as the trees in his essence. This alien species shifting in shape and sense. These multitudes behind my flowing death, sculpting truths, blindfolded and deaf. This diamond glowing wet. These lies told with every breath. These lies. Asleep till we die in PEI, Newfoundland and Labrador, feuding as these rappers at war over territory. This civil warrior, his oratory, ordering chicken and a wine atop the restaurant borderline. thinking I could fly, landing among the rhododendrons. Phantoms as the homeless you step on, roaming as a herd, thrown into the world, slicing one's arms in rage and despair, buying the farm and raising chickens there, rising in the morning, raising hairs as this crying alarm the day declares. The day declares. Driving the mind insane, striving to find a thing to hate. A thing to hate. You know, to accentuate the positive. Bible free, rising from the deep, rhymes green as the high seas, replying in Chinese to these white demons. Their tribal speak, this fire they flee, and their vile beliefs. These flying eagles and irony hold the child asleep or crying in need. Boy beaten with a rod, his voice teeming with applause, lauding the demons before God, this joyous evil in his plot. Soft as people, hard as the rock, aloft as the eagle guarding gods, lost of go and smart thoughts. Records and DJs, temperatures are okay. Rumor and hearsay, a sellout is Green Day. These records people hate, these records and DJs. These records and DJs, records and DJs, records and DJs. These records and DJs. These records and DJs, records and DJs, records and DJs, records and DJs, these records and DJs, records and DJs, records and DJs. Eating lotus, completing this opus, always later, always the day after tomorrow, always greater than the greatest rappers of the normal. We're here, we're queer, gay and proud, drinking a beer, tasting like this sound, this musical poetry, entombed in this life world, using soberly These useless rhyming words to amuse those souls freer than the clueless bright nerds incapable of fighting this verse, architectonically sound. This sermon provocative to the town, these vermin crawling over the ground, this urban knowledge of the crowd, our performance of Vancouver, these deformed Shakespeares, this bard on the beach, heartless and deep, darker this speech, artificial trees, these festive decorations, clouds of grayness in the wind, this temporary measurement of reality, our time on a tiny planet, our style of rhyming random as the asteroid, dig, the celestial becoming terrestrial, as the rhyming is relaxed, publishing this manifesto, a Bible of rap, standing, conducting before an orchestra, standing, stirring a symphony of deliciousness, standing erect as the temporary CN Tower. Sing along if you know the word. Standing erect as the temporary CN Tower. Temporarily erect. Temporarily wet. Temporarily erect. Temporarily wet. Temporarily erect. Temporarily hopping as the springtail, these rhyming words, this pot we inhale, till the mind works a candle in the wind. His every decision African, this heavy wisdom propelled by the ghost afloat in the wind, this television, the poet is a mind turning its magic leaves, a writer flipping a tragedy as light curved by gravity, this word mouthy, his rapper disease earning his salary at the University of Spitting Flames, fluency this sea of glittery waves, surfacing from the unconsciousness, sophist teaching these people how to rap, familiar with godlessness, talking this peachy sweet backrack, melody and harmony, the rhythm of his Cadillac, vanishing into the sunrise, brandishing guns and knives, standing under shining light, diamond bright, this mind astray, tight in a storm, changing in form, changing in formation into bars of gold, exchanging bars of gold for information in this infinite multiversity of being outside your syllabi, reading these stimuli, teaching this mind empirical high and scoring the bow. High art, these lyrics aglow, these lanterns afloat, this slow rising, this ocean of rap, cogent as fact, fictive as the map, these lanterns glowing, these raps for the ghostly proletariat, music for the phantom peasants, a Euclid with masked elegance, fluid as the past presence in this rap sentence, residing in minds, plastic categories, rhyming and styling exact as allegory, dividing that intact as the castle stories. This earthquake to your third-rate constructions, purposefully made to function as a standard, isolating a puzzle to its mallards. This world informally formed you to formless matter. Phenomenology is phrenology. Phenomenology is phrenology. Back to the skulls. These ideas we dwell among as ideas of ourselves. Reality and psychosis is Moses, stoic as the security guard. This partaves of the waves, these articles of faith, guarding this entryway. Tough as a man, stuck as the cat up a tree. Rapid demons, valid reasoning. This had to be removed as the doer, unmoved as the mover. Finally causing this rap. His obscure tales definitely real. Curing the mental seal of a rapper rapping in the world in the social phenomenologically, taking antipsychotics for his speech, disorganized, in and out of hospitals for his thought flows, argued over as those diagnostic gospels. These rhymes are the raps in the world written this time. Mapping circulation signs, unconscious producing reverie in this flow sublime of highly bizarre broken lines of verses for the post-race colorblind, blind to the post-colonial, undermining, redesigning the ghostly folio, unconsciously embedded in structures, lost the editing of the cuss words spoken into being, were made of sound. Productive of this being, sudden and brief waves of sound, deductive Cartesian, doubting all beliefs, feeling insane off the streets, learning the reason of the day from an illegal Malay in the medieval LA. This F equals MA to your essayist per PP. This endless free play of Mbaruk's infinite graffiti. A dark room with no pictures in its secrecy. Taut news for the hypocritical piece of weed. Hanging as the victim, raging against the system as paying them to listen. You listen without nuclear fission. This decaying product. These pages of hip-hop dust. Drawing sketchy, his feather flicker. Flock of feathery, sketchy figure. Drawing sketchy, his feather flicker. Flock of feathery, sketchy figure. God's handiwork, these centuries of Jesus notwithstanding. Entropy inheres in us. This galaxy, sexy, mysterious. Insanity, testy delirium. Hanging as the grapes of wrath. Ancient angst in their pants. Jutting from the sands, this majestic head of porphyry. Bess and Porgy, this record. Red, orange, and green, this pleasure cubistic. Meta-hubristic, this perfection. Lost in the fun house, entering the halls of Sun House. Constructed by the ocean, and butterfly stroking through his blues. Aquatic, stupid, moronic as the youthful novice of yore. His broadsword. Drawing sketchy, his feather flicker. Flock of feathery, sketchy figure. drawing sketchy, this feather flicker, lot of feathery sketchy figures. This India ink charactery, this idiot king careless in his speech, his inability to think with clarity, this drivel we dare you to read, these images hilarious to see, this Bristol board staring at me, this visible transparency invisible as the air we breathe, this little known daring MC, this misanthrope baring his teeth. No, pink little heart scribbled on his envelope, drinking till stars giggle as jello. Grand Lunatic 2025 Remake, pleasure cubistic. Sketchy, drawing sketchy, drawing sketchy. Is glossolalia back in fashion, intoxicated off this absinthe and leafy water, re-entering Vancouver the green father, happily the free sea otter, incarnated as the poets, art entangled as the rope is, dangling from the window this flow of breath, this solfege we climb as the mountaineers under the same damned stars, unmysterious as the anti-quark. Thinking like a quantum battery on the cutting edge of powering things, pink and white blossoms of Japanese cherries and plums every spring upon Vancouver paths, this Andrew Mbaruk track, whispery moths and fairies, these nebular words murmured as Visigoths perish, leaving letters as words impermanent. It is my night to be photocopied by the window, this style of writing so oddly like the willows, these trees, eating light, these streets, sleek with ice dreamily gleaming, Jesus Christ. This comical graffiti, 3D conical as the teepee, bothersomely neatly spray painted upon the wall, as the tattoo godly as the call from out of the blue, from above you the truth, these sumptuous musings of poetry, these comings and goings of E. Cummingses and Emily Dickinsons, talking of Michelangelo, so many nightly vanishing moments of unclarity, this being, dealing as the pharmacy, this artistry, so many choices at the supermarket scene, so many voices, but who's the smartest of these? Post-coitus he muses as the artist, me, a beautiful darkness, truly in the darkest of truths, harnessing the blues dystopia. These holy sins sequestered in the checkered terrain of this Freudian unconscious, structured as a language. Oppressed as natural hair, beneath the moods and despair, repressed as the care. These truths of rap are rare if we're talking about drinks, unwashed in the waves, these dark magics and energies. How's your rap mentality? I'm still at mental is MBV with the reverb, so MBARUK with this freaky verse important, this dream. From verse to verse, meaning spreads as the rumor touches the boomer. Archaeologist of the future, interpreting these Marxist runes, black as the cartoons, as white racists bark at the marquee moon. As Marquis Smith you spit as the sparks from this split metamorphosing as the flame. As Billy Woods whirls us all we crack wise, his flea fat slice as the rapier, Though I rap nice for the paper, my slow motion glaciers. I ghost Roper Shakespeare, though this one goes out to those who hate me. For his eponymous king might care less for his daughters than these dogs with their blip, their ice, their letters of apology in on that Neuralink. Nightmarish mental technology, these Pavlovian rings excite their dendrochronology as the myrmidons to Achilles. These vassals, their beauty